You will own nothing and be happy. Financial concerns continue to be a major source of stress and worry for working-age Americans. You may not be happy with a sum that merely provides for your minimum basic needs and requirements. According to the data, it is only at a yearly income of $70,000 that can consider themselves to have enough. Nevertheless, you want to feel happier in life. If you want the next best thing, or maybe you're just bored with your current situation, whatever it may be, you want something you currently don't have, but there is a problem with wanting something that isn't right for you. You won't ever be pleased until you are 100% satisfied with what you already have. Hey there fellas, you are welcome to Econify. In today's video, we will talk about how many folks are going to be happy simply because they have nothing. So guys, please like, share and subscribe and comment on this video. We're waiting. Alright, what are you waiting for? Let's get a move on. The world has changed drastically over the last few years, especially in our economies. Businesses are going under, and jobs are being lost at an alarming rate. Yet many folks still have got bills to pay and families to feed. With everything that's going on around you, it is hard to sit back and relax without worrying about making money or paying bills or putting food on the table. It isn't easy to achieve happiness without some degree of success or financial security. However, if you open your eyes and see things as they are today, you'll see that your bank owns you and the government holds you. Whether you are employed or self-employed, stay-at-home parent or a college student, married or single, young or old, you will pay rent. You will pay property taxes and insurance premiums on your land or home, whether you like it or not. Well, you've all been told, if you work hard enough, you can be happy no matter what. And while there is truth to this statement, in the end, money doesn't buy happiness. Though it sure comes in handy sometimes, it's experience, and the people you share them with that makes you feel good about life and yourself. If you're in your 20s and still looking to kickstart with your life, you might have found yourself in the pits of depression and anxiety over the last few months. You look at your friends and family, who are all processing towards their goals and moving on to a bigger and better things, and you feel like you should be doing something more than just sitting around your room. You ask yourself, should I quit my job? Should I drop out of school? Should I take a leap of faith? The answer, most often than not, is no. In today's economy, the average person works hard to be happy through money, possession, and other things they can acquire. It is pretty easy to understand that it can be hard to be happy, especially in these times of financial and energy crisis. The cost of living is so high, and wages are not enough to make ends meet. The struggle is real. What's universal basic income effects on this? A universal basic income should guarantee that all citizens have enough money to cover their most fundamental living expenses, including food, shelter, and clothes, and provide a safety net for those who may fall on hard times. This happens, for instance, during the COVID-19 pandemic. Many people's incomes were cut because businesses had to reduce operations to comply with the new safety regulations. However, that didn't turn out too well, because the outcome was a dramatic increase in unemployment rate, which prompted federal relief for the unemployed. A UBI may have spared the government the cost of unemployment insurance in the events of a catastrophic disaster like a pandemic. Given the trial and experiment outcomes vary across borders, it is hard to say whether this would be a better solution or whether a UBI program would be helpful at reducing poverty. The conversation regarding UBI is a relevant and necessary reminder to policymakers to rethink the United States' current relationship with the welfare state and automation, despite the fact that it's difficult to scale conclusion from these researches up to the nation or even state level. Money can buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of things that will make you a lot happier. Folks live in an economy where the more money you have, the better off you are. It is impossible to be satisfied if you have no money and you are struggling to keep your heads above water. But if you're working hard, making wise financial decisions, and have enough money to cover your necessities, there is nothing stopping you from being a happy person. It may sound counterintuitive that having more money makes us more comfortable, but people who make over $75,000 annually report being significantly more satisfied than others who make less than $25,000 annually. Part of this might be because you don't have as much money. Our goals for happiness became much smaller. For example, getting a new car or going on vacation. When these bigger goals are achieved, people turn to square one again. By having a total amount and knowing how much income is coming in each month, people can focus on long-term goals such as retirement planning or sending their kids to college without worry. To understand, they have done everything they could do and did what they needed so they could take care of their family for years to come. Well, let's look at some rules guiding owning nothing and being happy. Rule number 1. Money can buy happiness, but it doesn't mean everything else is equal. 2. A dollar may not be able to buy you happiness, but it can buy you a pretty nice life. 3. Money can buy happiness, but it makes other things easier to manage. 4. If money was all you needed to be happy, then people who live on low incomes would be the most content people on earth. 5. One of the biggest misconceptions about money is that it will make us happy. And while having more of it can help us do that in some ways, it is not guaranteed that it will make you genuinely content or satisfied. It is important to know, the more you care about something, the more it threatens your well-being. The more you start worrying about jobs, cars, or homes, you worry that they may not last forever. And when one thing goes wrong, as it inevitably does, all those worries come rushing back. It is a vicious cycle. The more I have, the more I worry I might lose it. Our fears aren't rational, but what if there is some truth behind them? What if the only way to stop feeling anxious is by eliminating these causes of anxiety by giving up everything? Giving up everything seems unthinkable initially, but it might bring me peace of mind. Debt and materialism are contagious. Materialism is a complex cycle to break. If a person has too much debt, they are more likely to spend more to make themselves feel better. The more they buy, the more debt they incur, which makes them want to shop even more to fill their newfound void. It becomes an endless cycle of trying to fill an emotional need with material possessions that don't work for everyone. People who have enough money or don't have debt are less likely to spend frivolously because they can afford what they want without going into debt. This leaves them with less clutter in their homes and less stress on their wallets. The problem with the American dream is that it's based on the idea of ownership. If you're not constantly buying more things, you are not moving forward. And if you're not moving forward, then something must be wrong. The reality in this, happiness does not exist as an end goal. It only ever exists as a fleeting moment when you allow yourself to revel in the beauty of existence. There are many reasons why people are unhappy, but the most significant is they don't have the right attitude. If you want to live a happy life, accept there is no point in owning anything more than what you need. There is also no point in striving for anything more than what you need. You can't buy happiness. It is not about how much money or possessions you have. It is how you feel about them. It is about perspective. A person who has everything but feels poor might be happier than someone with nothing but feels rich. Because one does not recognize their blessings while the other does not recognize their problems. If you loved watching this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content and videos. Don't forget to hit the bell notifications button too, so you don't miss out on any fantastic videos like this one.